everybody, so today I have an update on my Use It or Lose It project. I was recently going through all the bits and pieces, and I was actually also watching a couple of project pans that some people were doing, and I thought, my project pan or Use It or Lose It kind of project, I must do an update on it because some of these things I'm really pleased with, and then other things I thought I was pleased with, and then for me to reference back to, I watched my old video, the first video I did, showing the products that I wanted to project pan, and I realised actually I haven't made much of an effort with them as I thought I had, and then other projects that I didn't think were in my project pan actually are, and I forgot that I put them in there, so I definitely haven't been using them up. So and I also want to add a product into my project pan as well. So I can't remember the order in which I did the original project pan, or the Use It or Lose It. Let's keep to the name that I've given it. So I'm just going to go through as I'm going through. Now there is one item that I have completely used up, and I believe I put it in an empties video without realising or remembering that it was in my Use It or Lose It, and it was the Rimmel Clear Nail Varnish. I used that completely up. I'm so happy. I got through it all. I used it as a topper. I used it to put a clear coat on top of my swatches so they wouldn't get scratched or chipped in any way in the storage when I store them. So yeah, I completely used that up. That is completely gone, so that is no longer in my Use It or Lose It because I've used it. Yay! So that's one down. Sticking to the nail varnishes, I have here the Miss Sporty colour in the blue. I thought I'd made a lot of progress on this, but it is about halfway still. I think I have used quite a bit of this to what originally was in here, because I have used it an awful lot, and what I've actually been doing is using this one and the next colour in some nail art projects as well. So I've been doing nail art with these colours, therefore using both colours up at the same time. So I have given these a good go, and finding myself actually really liking them. The nail art I did with them one time was just stunning, and I left on my nails for about 5 days because I loved it so much. So yeah, down to here, which I think is just under halfway, and halfway was where I was at the beginning of the project pan. The next one was also a nail varnish. This was the Miss Beauty nail varnish. Don't know if you can see that. My light is fading in the room. This is again down to about halfway. Again, I have been using this more and more frequently. And again, I've been combining the two colours. I'll put the blue as a base, and then I'll do the nail art with the bronze, and they actually really go well together. So very pleased with that, and I will continue to try and use them up throughout the year. I have given myself till the new year, sort of Christmas, New Year time, so I'm sure if not completely used up, at least another quarter of the bottle used up. Okay, so the next thing, we'll go on to lips. I have the All About the Pout lipstick in Raspberry Smoothie. I'm not sure how much of this I've used up since the original video. It didn't look that different. What I've actually been doing is, instead of using a lip balm on an evening when I feel my lips getting a bit dry, because I like that, you know that feeling when you first put on a lip balm or a lipstick where you rub your lips together. I think I'm addicted to that feeling. So what I've been doing is I've been putting on a little bit of this instead of lip balm because it is very creamy, and I'll put it on, rub my lips together. I've got a bit of colour on my lips, and yeah, so that's how I've been using it up. I don't generally tend to use this when I'm out and about. I'll only wear it when I'm in the house. It's not the best colour what's the word I'm looking for? It's not the best colour or product to be wearing when I'm out and about. I've got nicer colours, better what's the word I'm looking for? I have mind block completely. But I have better products that I can wear when I'm out and about. So another product I only wear when I'm in the house is this product. And actually I've just done my nighttime routine and I forgot to put this in because it was in this basket. I put all my stuff in this basket for the video, so I had them all together, but actually these live in their designated places generally. But this is my Benetint from Benefit. This came in a Birchbox, and when I first started the project pan, it was up here, so you can see I've used quite a bit of this product. And what I do with this product is I actually put it on an evening when I've done my nighttime routine, which I normally do about an hour, maybe 2 hours before I go to bed. I will put a bit of this on my lips before a bit of lip balm, and I'll actually wear this on an evening to give my lips a little bit of colour. So yeah, that's what I generally do with that, and I've used quite a bit of that up. Again, I don't wear it out and about because I have other products that I prefer to use when I'm going out. One product I did forget was actually in my Use It or Lose It was this Nivea cream, this face cream. There's not actually a lot left in there. There's really only dregs. And I should have used this up by now, but I've been using other night creams, and I want to use this as a night cream because it's a really thick moisturiser. But I completely forgot that it was in my Use It or Lose It. I honestly forgot I'd put this in, so it has been sat in my drawer, doing nothing, barely touched, and it wasn't until I watched the video back yesterday, just to bring myself up to speed with everything and see how far I've come, that apparently this was in my Use It or Lose It. So sorry about that, completely forgot about that product. The next item, however, has been very successful. This was my single eyeshadow, which, if you have a look back at the original video, it had not hit any pan when I first started. Now look at how much pan there is there. Sorry, I'm trying not to let the shine blind you, but look how much pan is there now. I have been using this practically every day on my eyebrows. I'll sometimes use it as an eyeshadow as well. It's a very good transition colour because it's a nice taupe colour. So yeah, very, very pleased with this. I think definitely going to have it used up by the end of the year. So if it's not used up by the end of the year, depending on how much is left, I will probably declutter it because it has been left sort of to the elements a little bit because there's no packaging around it, because the packaging broke, and that's why I put it in my Use It or Lose It. So it's not been protected by any packaging. So by the end of the year, if I've not used it up, I will declutter that because I can't justify keeping it any longer. So the last product I have in my Use It or Lose It is this. This is the Blush Nudes palette by Maybelline, and I bought this for my wedding day basically. This was the eye shadow palette that I wore on my wedding day. And when I first put this into my Use It or Lose It, none of these had hit pan. But if you look closely, we have 1, 2, 3 of these hitting pan, and one of them has got quite a serious dent in them. Now what I've been doing is I've been concentrating on these 4 colours here, and can you see that? These 4 colours here, and so what I've been doing is I've been putting this one in my crease and this one on my lid. This is my highlight, in the corner of my eye and just underneath my brow. I've been doing this colour when I want to do a bit of a smoky look. I sometimes also use this as a highlight on my cheek, so that's why that one's seriously hitting pan. But yeah, very, very impressed. The powders are quite chalky, they really are. They've got a lot of kickback on them, very, very dusty. So sometimes I will use a bit of my setting sprays just to wet the brush, just to make sure that the fallout is minimalised as much as possible. This was the one thing in my use it or lose it that even when we come to the end of the year, if I haven't panned all of this, I'm still not going to declutter it. I won't throw it out, but I wanted to put it in because I wasn't using it as much as I should be. My intention is to pan these 3 shades here. I'll show you that again. This one, and this one, hopefully in the next couple of months, and then I will probably work on this one, and this one following that, and then I will work on this one, and this one following that. So these 3 darkest shades here, I'm not too fussed about panning, because obviously darker shade eyeshadows are harder to pan because you don't use them as often as the lighter shades, because the lighter shades you use as transitions, you use as eyelid colours, but your darker shades you just use in the corner of your eye, you don't use very often. So and they're a bit too sparkly to use as eyebrow shades, so I'm not too fussed about panning the 3 dark shades here, but I am going to, that looks like it's about to fall out, but I am going to try and pan at least 9 out of the 12 in this palette. So that is my hopes. This will probably be in a use it or lose it for next year as well, but right now I'm just concentrating on these 3 shades right here, and I think I've done really well to hit pan on all 3 of those shades. So very impressed with myself. So that is it. That is my update on my use it or lose it. I'm very impressed. That's one item is completely used up, which is the clear nail varnish. Completely used up, completely gone, so 1 down. The single eyeshadow is definitely going to be finished by the end of the year at the rate of knots which I'm using it. The Maybelline Blush Nude palette is definitely on its way to being panned on at least 3 of those shades. The Benetint is definitely on its way to being finished. I mean, in just 3 months I've used up, you know, a quarter of it, so very impressed with that. The lipsticks, again, as I say, it's hard to pan lipsticks because you don't use too much, but I do keep trying to reapply this and use it up as much as possible. So fingers crossed, by the end of the year that should be close to finished. I will try and remember to use this. Sorry, my mistake. And the 2 nail varnishes, I will again keep experimenting with some nail art and just generally using up these colours. I currently have, do you like this? I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can focus you in. Can you see my nail art? I'm not sure if you can or not, but that's my nail art on my fingers at the moment. So yeah, that's what I've got on my nails at the moment. I'm kind of happy and loving them. But yeah, that is my project pan, my use it or lose it. Stick to the name, Nicola. Okay, if you're doing a use it or lose it, let me know how you're going on with your products. And oh yeah, I forgot to add, I'm adding this in. This is a lip gloss, a Wow lip gloss in the shade Too Cool for School. I'm going to add this in because otherwise I would never use this up, and it's a really awkward shape and I don't like, you know, I've got nowhere to store it. So this is going in my project pan, my use it or lose it, because otherwise I won't use it. So I'm putting it in there so that I can make an effort to use it. That is everything. If you like the video, click the like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon. Alright then, bye!